she, they, and I do several things around these parts, specifically, most likely where you are watching this. I am the co-founder of Gero Productions. In terms of the show we're going to talk about, I am a member of the MyFA Protection Squad, the writing team behind Turnabout and Ace Attorney Musical. I was in the secondary ensemble for Turnabout and Ace Attorney Musical, and I play Manfred von Karma in Turnabout Musical, the miniseries, and Miles Edgeworth in Turnabout Musical Virtual Edition. But today, I will be hosting today's Turnabout Table Talk. The past year around the Turnabout Musical community has been a big one, to say the least. In August of 2022, Albino Squirrel Productions in Minneapolis performed Turnabout Samurai live on stage for the first time ever. And Turnabout and Ace Attorney Musical came out in its completion. Turnabout Musical, the miniseries, and Turnabout Musical Virtual Edition by Gero Productions has been in the works. And in a cross-promotional stunt between TAAAM and Gero Productions, we have been hosting roundtable discussions with the casts of both productions, as well as some productions in the past, from 2016's Turnabout Musical Live, from 2021's Turnabout Musical Live at the Phoenix Theater, also by Albino Squirrel Productions, and some members of the original cast recording that was released in 2015. And today, we're coming back with some people that weren't there before, which is why it's a lot smaller, and also you can't see anybody. If you two would like to introduce yourselves and mention who you are, what you do for what productions, that would be lovely dovely.
Hello, I'm Ruth, also known as Chaos. I use she, her pronouns, and in TAAAM I played young Phoenix, and I was also part of the COGS, which is the video team that made all the visuals for YouTube. I'm also doing a little bit of audio stuff for Turnabout Musical, the miniseries. I've weaseled my way into a few places.
You can't get rid of Ruth entirely.
You can't escape me.
She works her way through the woodworks.
I'm a rat. You can't keep me out.
Hi, I am Zoe / Navasha. You'll know me by one of those. And I am Lana Skye in Turnabout and Ace Attorney Musical.
We got some questions for you, besties. You ready to rock?
Of course.
Let's do it.
Love.
Our first question is from our lovely, lovely friend Ari. What's your history with Ace Attorney and or Turnabout Musical? Were you familiar with either before auditioning or being cast?
Oh, I love Ari so much. I was unfamiliar with any sort of Turnabout Musical material when I first auditioned. I saw the casting call go up, and I actually almost auditioned for Gero's production, but then I did not, and I missed the deadline. But I did audition for TAAAM, and I was very, very nervous because everybody was incredible. They are still incredible. Ace Attorney wise, nobody kill me. I have actually only played the first game in its entirety. I have played bits and pieces of other games. Let's get Athena a real good game.
So true.
So true.
Right. As for me, I discovered Turnabout Musical in the year of our Lord 2020, when I was locked in my house for 6 months because of the pandemic. And I'd known about Ace Attorney for many, many years, but had never actually played it. And then I'm like, well, I'm stuck in my house. I can't do anything. Let's play this game. Fell in love with it, and very soon after discovered Turnabout Musical and just fell down the rabbit hole way too hard.
That is so valid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, actually, my first exposure to Turnabout Musical was Max's TED Talk.
Max's TED Talk got so many people into the
Max's TED
community.
Talk is
Did we all
so
just get
good.
that in our recommendeds on YouTube one day and just like...
I found the Turnabout Musical community Discord server because I found that TED Talk and then happened to go onto Max's community tab where he just posted like, is anyone here interested in Turnabout Musical? Eyeball emoji. And like the very next day, he posted the link to the server.
Shout out to Max.
Shout out to Max.
Shout out to Max.
So real and so true. Next question. Are there any elements of your own portrayal of the character that were inspired by someone else's take on the role? What other characters or actors or etc. did you reference for inspiration when crafting your own personal characterization? Conversely, what differentiates your version of the character from the others? What did you bring to your character and how did it shape your performance?
I think the distinction between TAAAM's Lana, my Lana, and Turnabout Musicals is that I have a song.
So true. So true.
So true.
It's a banger too.
It is a banger. But somebody who really influenced my take on Lana is actually Diana. Diana did the demos for Lana Skye's parts, and I cannot express enough how incredible Diana is. I love everything that they do. Everything they touch turns to gold, and those demos were sort of the only basis I really had for all of this new material. So, the way that they act and the way that they sing is just incredible. I love them. I cannot express enough how amazing Diana is. That's all I got. All I have is praise for Diana. There is nothing else in my little brain.
Head empty, only Diana.
Head empty, only Diana.
So true. I mean, my part was very small, but my inspiration for the voice came partly from the English dub of the anime, partly me making fun of whiny children that I deal with at work, and partly me trying my best to hide the fact I'm not good at an American accent. So I'm like, I'll just keep whining and that maybe will cover it up. And I guess that worked.
Rufy,
Yeah.
your American accent is very good.
It's very good. It's very good.
It's really not, but thank you.
This entire recording is just going to be us hyping everybody up individually and then not being able to take it. That's all it's going to be is us complimenting everybody else. And then as soon as we're each like, you know, you were really good, right? You're going to be like, no.
And then I'm going to yell at you.
Please don't yell at me. I am small. I'm very small. I have no money.
Your praises to the world.
Oh yeah, and I guess if we're looking at things that distinguish my young Phoenix, I think I probably have the record for the shortest time recording. I finished recording in about half an hour, which I'd like to think is a record for young Phoenixes.
You heard it here, folks.
You heard it here.
I don't know. No one has said otherwise, so I'm going to take that.
Future productions have competition.
We're going to
You have half an hour.
We're going to speed run recording.
You want to see some real speed. Next question is from Wendy, our good friend Wendy. Is there any fun lore or backstory for your version of the character that we might not see in the show?
Lana Spinnies.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
We got
it. When the cogs were editing, the video that goes along with the audio for TAAAM, there were so many Lana Spinnies, and I cannot thank them enough for putting as many as they could into that lovely, lovely video. I think Lana is just spin. She is, I don't want to say like she has vertigo, but I feel like she lives in a state of spin.
It's just like she's on one of those like physical therapy spinny floor things that you use to test your balance.
Yes.
And she has very good balance.
She is fantastic.
She never fell over once.
Making this up.
We made her spin like 8 times.
She is a gymnast, and she also ice skates, and is also a ballerina, and she just is very, very good balance.
Love that for her.
Wish I could do a pirouette like her.
This is so deep.
I guess for Hidden Law, we can talk about Furio Tigre. So
Oh?
during the casting process, on the shortlist for Young Phoenix, it was me and the incredibly talented Archer Wells. And before the final cast list came out, we made a pact that whoever wasn't cast as Young Phoenix would be ceremoniously cast as Furio Tigre. And then it just so happened that Archer managed to get into the child ensemble. And the line they were given was the brattiest line, and it was so good. And when I was making the visuals for that particular song, I noticed that in that single image you get in the game of the class trial, you just see this kid with like spiky hair that looks kind of like Phoenix, and we're like, yes, that's Furio Tigre. Archer is Furio Tigre. And that just stuck the whole time.
Yo, shout out to Archer.
Shout out to Archer.
Archer is so talented.
Archer is very
I love
talented.
Archer. They're
Archer
awesome.
is the best.
It's just how we're gonna wrap up every question now. It's
Yeah.
just praising a different friend of ours.
I'm sorry. All of my friends are really cool and really talented, and I love them very much.
I'm so glad I got to be bullied by Archer.
I would love to be bullied by Archer.
What-
Max, cut that out! Cut that out!
It's on record.
No!
It's the scene in Mean Girls where it's like, one time Archer punched me in the face. It was
It
awesome.
was awesome.
Next question from Sail the Marigold. What is your favorite part of playing the roles you play? And I'm gonna kind of link this to another question. What is your favorite song or scene to perform?
I'm only in one scene. I mean, I guess I could talk about the scene that was the most fun to make video-wise, which was by far the end credit scene with Winston Payne. And like that started as a joke that just became way bigger than it should have been, and it was so much fun to work on.
We are nothing if not committed to the bit.
So true. So true.
Oh, so true.
It's our whole MO.
Of course. I think my favorite scene that I was in has to be of the Convictions. I get to be a little bit mean to Dom. Shout out to Dom.
Shout out to
Such-
Dom.
Shout out to Dawn.
Such a good gumshoe. So sweet. We love
Oh,
this
he's so
man.
talented.
And I would never bully Dom in real life because, I mean, how could you? This man exudes charisma.
He does.
Yeah, but I had COVID when I was recording that scene. It's the the only blooper that I kept, which I am very sad that I didn't other ones, but you can find that in the Act 2 blooper reel, cut
Plug,
together
plug,
by our
plug, plug,
very
plug, plug.
own Chaos. Plug. Go watch it. It's very good. It's very funny. I mean that I do have a couple of lines in August Day, which is also very fun, very difficult to get the timing for. But Guilty Convictions, you get to see more about Lana, and you know, she's not usually in this portion. But I really like that TAAAM brought her into it and made her a little bit more of the TAAAM cinematic universe. Sequel? Question mark?
Okay.
The answer is no, not yet. But maybe a certain Katherine Leister will work on that. Please.
Why is this fall to me? Why am I the one writing this?
Hey, remember that thing called Turnabout and Ace Attorney Musical that you
I
wrote
didn't
music
write
for?
most of that. That was mostly like Max and Joel and Liv. I was just a little shit in the script. That's what my job was.
Listen, all of the Maya Fey Protection Squad will definitely work on. Max, cut that out.
Max,
I don't
cut that
want
out
to put so
too.
much
Don't
pressure
you
on you.
dare.
I don't want to put that much pressure on you. But Rise from the Ashes musical?
stay tuned for Rise from the Ashes coming 2024.
No, don't make promises
now
like
it has
that.
to happen.
Don't make promises like that,
Now
right?
they have to make it.
2024? You're giving us like
That is in like
what?
4 months.
4.5 months to write this?
4.5 months.
I mean,
How
it's only
good do you
one
think we
case.
are?
Roof,
It's
you
one
better
case
start writing.
instead of 4. Come on.
I guess.
Oh,
Poor Max is just gonna have to cut all this out.
Max, you're gonna be left with like 15 minutes of footage.
Max, I'm so sorry. We were joking at the beginning, or not at the beginning, the before we hopped on, that we're gonna need a Lana spin count. So every time we mention Lana spins, we get a little Lana spin and then the number goes up. I think instead we needed, I'm so sorry, cut this out, Max.
Next question. At the risk of being cliche, if you were not playing your current role, who would you want to play?
Charlie.
That was very fast.
That's a very good answer.
That was a very good answer, though.
That is that is half of a joke, because I mean, like, in the Cogs video, I have to keep bringing it up, you know, Charlie gets a little ornament and it's so cute. We've got a little Charlie costume change.
Charlie Brown.
Shout out to Liv.
Brown.
Shout out to Liv for drawing that and making it look so beautiful.
Yes, Liv is incredibly talented.
She's just so
absolute
good.
queen.
So good. My real answer, though, is actually going to be Lana. Julie does such a good job as Lana, but the Southern accent just calls to me. A lot of things is so good. I think secondary answer, though, of course, Larry Butts. I want a Larry dab.
True.
Dab. You can't see me, but I just dabbed. Unironically.
Can we
We'll
just
get
get
a
the
little
little
visual.
footage of Ryan dabbing and then put Matt's face over it?
Man, shout
Sorry,
out to
Max,
Ryan.
we just made more work for you again.
Shout out to Albino Squirrel.
I mean, this one is specifically for like a live stage version, but I would love to play Maggie Bird, mostly because she just gets to stand there during all the court scenes and all the detention center scenes and just watch all the drama, which sounds so fun.
She has the tea.
She's got the
She
tea.
does. And I think you could have so much fun with like how she reacts to what she's hearing, knowing that she has to be professional and not act like she's just heard the most intense drama in the world. I think that could be so much fun.
Immediately runs off stage to find Gumshoe and gossip.
Just like,
exactly.
You will not believe this.
You won't believe what just happened in the courtroom. The autopsy report outdated.
Plus, she also gets to hang out with Gumshoe, which is just a bonus. Everyone wishes they could hang out with Gumshoe.
That is a fact.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Here's a good question. What's another video game you think would make a great musical?
I technically have an answer to this. That's a little bit of a cop-out because it is already being turned into a musical. Little plug for the Breath of the Wild song cycle that is currently being released on the Nerdification YouTube channel. You should all go check that out. Once again, singing the praises of Diana, but also Sval. Incredible music. It's very, very good. We've got some demos that are coming out. I'll have to think of an answer that is not that, but go check that out.
Yeah, when I wrote that question, it was a trick because there is a correct answer, and that is Ghost Trick Phantom Detective.
See, I'm allowed to speak about the brainworms now.
Oh, the brainworms are so strong.
Well, I can't.
So there's actually been 3 iterations of the Ghost Trick musical project. At one point, there were 2 going on at the same time, completely independently. But they sadly fizzled out. But there is a current Ghost Trick musical project that's been going on for 2 years. Sval, who worked on the Breath of the Wild musical, has written a couple of songs for it, and they are so good. And yeah, you should pay attention to it if it is finished ever. I don't know if that'll happen. I hope it does, though, because that game deserves a musical.
Does anyone have an answer that's not a plug?
I mean, Some of my favorite. Sorry, I'm scrolling through my games on PlayStation now, and I came across Stray, and I was like, "Oh, that could be cute." It's just cats. I mean,
Cats.
cats.
Someone should make a musical about cats.
Somebody
Yeah, I bet it
should.
would be a hit.
You know what would be actually really good? The game It Takes Two.
Yes.
Game of the Year winner. It is a very, very good game. Takes place mostly in the perspective of the two parents of a child, and magic ensues. If you haven't played this game, play it. It is very, very good. I mean, it's got a very clear narrative. The visuals and the music are already very, very good. And it's just like a little bit whimsical. I mean, no, it's a lot of bit whimsical. And that would translate so good on stage. There we go. Not a plug.
I mean, I would love to see a Portal musical, like an
Ooh,
original Portal musical. I think that could be really cool.
that's a good answer.
Good answer. What is your favorite turnabout meme or inside joke?
Pain dab.
Yeah.
Don't make me choose between my babies.
What babies would you choose from?
Name all of them.
Name
So
every
many.
child. Oh, you're
I-
a Turnabout Musical fan? Name every inside joke and meme.
Name every single inside joke from 15 years.
Turnabout.
All I can think about is Lana spinnies. That is all that's going in my brain right now.
No, you know what's a really good one? Headless Nick.
Yes.
Yes.
Corrupt Nick. That's a
Yes.
good one.
Black Void Boxhead Phoenix, which started as an annoying glitch that happened a lot during Act 1. And we were able to catch most of them and edit them out. But of course, there was one that managed to slip through during Red, White, or Dew. And he just became our little mascot. We love him so much.
We love him so much. He's so silly.
He's just a silly little guy.
He truly is just
he's
a
just
silly
a little
guy.
guy.
He's a little guy with a giant black void as a head.
Who wouldn't want that?
Who
as their
wouldn't want
friend?
that?
I need
I
one
don't know,
more.
is that an answer?
Oh,
No!
count it.
Turtles and rabbits.
Turtles and rabbits.
Oh,
Turtles and
yes,
rabbits.
Turtles and Rabbit. That one really confused a lot of people.
That confused the
It confused
crap
me for
out
a
of me.
while, and then I got
was
it.
very confused. I frequently lurked in the video editing chat because I did not do very much video editing at all. And every so often, Wendy and Roof would talk about turtles and rabbits and how like XYZ character has so many turtles or so many rabbits. And I'm just sitting here like, are we hiding rabbits and turtles in the videos? I don't know what is happening here. Is this some sort of Ace Attorney lore that I am definitely not in on? No, it's not. And I'll let Roof explain what they are.
Yeah, so for a bit of background, Wendy and I edited exclusively using iMovie. And there's this weird little thing where if you slow down a piece of footage, a little tortoise appears on the screen. And if you speed it up, a little rabbit appears. And so it just became this way of us saying, oh, yeah, Red White, he speaks so quickly, he's got all these rabbits. And we've just kept talking like that, not realizing that a whole bunch of people were reading these messages having no idea what we were talking about. So yeah, it just became a thing. And if you watch the bows where it has my little profile picture, I edited in a rabbit and a tortoise just to honor that little inside joke.
I have one more follow-up question to that you just reminded me of. Roof, what is your favorite Easter egg that got hidden in TAAAM?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one. Probably the spider. I don't know how many people have found it, but in honor of Ren and his unfortunate encounters with spiders, I did hide a spider in the background of one of the scenes.
You should all go try and find the spider.
You should try and find it.
Also, hopefully you aren't afraid of spiders. I'm sorry, we've said
It's
the word
a
spider like
very
6
cute
times
spider.
now.
I will
Spider counter.
say.
Spider counter, that's the new one. Forget Lana Spinny.
It's spider time.
It's pizza time. Question.
Answer.
What does your character mean to you?
What does Lana mean to me? Lana is, I don't want to say that she's like a good older sibling because, you know, no spoilers. Some things, good intentions, wrong way to go about it. But she quite obviously cares a lot for Emma. My brothers are younger than I, younger than me, and you know I like to think that I would do pretty much anything for them, and you know I see a little bit of myself in Lana. She is, while going about things the wrong way sometimes, she is well intentioned and she's real cool. I really like her.
I just think she's neat.
I just think she's neat, and I really like her hair and her outfit, and she's really cool.
The girl knows how to work a spin.
She knows how to work
She
a
does.
spin. She is a model.
She is rocking that runway.
This started off as a good answer, and then
And then we derailed, but you know what? That's how we operate.
that's how we operate.
I will also say that Lana had the best selection of sprites to edit.
She truly did.
She actually has subtle facial expressions.
I know, they put in the work with her sprites, and I appreciate that.
Boy, what to say about a 9-year-old Phoenix Wright? I guess I will say that, like, when I first thought about auditioning and was coming up with voices and character stuff, I remember sort of thinking like, oh, he was so naive as a child, thinking that the whole world is black and white and that like the good guys and bad guys he watches on Saturday morning cartoons are like how the world is. But honestly, I sort of admire him for the fact that he sees the world as messed up and actually thinks that he can do something about it. I know that sort of optimism is something that I sometimes wish I still had, but I don't.
So true, bestie. So true.
That's a really good answer, Roof.
The childhood naivete of believing the world is inherently nice because that's the way it should be, instead of inherently nice. And then some people are just really, really mean.
Yep.
That was not a funny follow-up. We're gonna move on to the next question.
Just to drag the mood down a little bit.
Yeah. They can't all be winners. Final question, I believe.
Max, cut this
Hey,
out.
Max,
Max, cut
you
this
wanna know
out.
what
Max,
cut this out.
Max, we are begging you ahead of time. Cut this out.
Please cut this out. Max, cut that out.
Max, I'm so sorry.
Max,
I'm sorry.
Please cut that out.
It's been like an hour. We gotta go.
So sorry. While we're waiting for Kate to pull that up, shout out to Ren and MJ.
Oh, so true.
So true.
Shout
I don't even
out
know where
to-
you're going with this, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
that's just it. That's the tweet. And also shout out to Jack.
Shout
Oh my
out
God,
to Jack.
yes.
Shout out to Jack.
Shout out to Ari and Diana.
Shout out to Ari and
Yes.
Diana.
Shout out to Koala. Shout out to
Shout out-
Queen Creeps.
Shout out to Ray.
Yes.
Oh, shout out to Ray. Shout out to
Ray,
Robin
who
and
we
SK.
messaged like months after he recorded saying, hey, do you want to record the Rookie Killer? And not only did he agree to it, he improvised a whole bunch of stuff that was so funny. I had to cut some of it and I was so sad about it.
Ray is so
Oh.
funny. You know who's really funny? Zach. Zach is actually very
Zach
funny.
is so
He
funny.
is.
Shout out to Zach.
Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Valerian.
Shout out to
Yes.
James.
Shout out to James. Shout out to
Yes.
Lauren and Lizzie and Abby
We just go through the entire
Yeah,
process.
just
pretty
we're going
much.
through the cast
and
list.
Tide and Wendy.
Shout out
So-
to Shout out to Dave. Did we say Dave yet?
I think we did, but I don't mind
get it
shouting it out
again.
twice. Shout out to Dom for like putting up with me and all my silly ideas and then going with it.
Shout out to Broadway Man and Bryn.
Yes.
So
Shout
true.
out to Joel
Shout out to Joel.
Absolutely.
and Hunter.
I have the question up, but like this was
Oh,
just a nice
yeah,
moment.
what's the question?
This was just a nice moment. To bring this roundtable to a close, I'd like to ask one last question. What does Turnabout Musical mean to you? What has been your favorite part of doing TM or being part of the community?
Oh, everyone is so nice. Genuinely, everybody in the main like TM server is very nice, and I've chatted. I'm not in there very often, but the community is A1. They are so kind to the people who come in, and even to people like me who are not really there, but sometimes I'm just like, hey, what's going on? But I mean, my castmates and all of the crew on Turnabout and Ace Attorney Musical have been some of the kindest, most genuine, and welcoming people that I have ever met. I mean, I have made lifelong friends here, such as Kate and Roof, two of my very close friends. I love you both dearly, along with everybody else in the cast. And we talk every single day, and not just like a little bit. We talk a lot. And you know, yeah, I'm very, very happy that I met you guys and that I decided to audition. Because I almost didn't because I was scared.
I mean, I guess the community is just so accepting and so creative. Like the fact that anyone can just join and start making things is like the coolest thing. And to be a part of TAM that was like so ultra collaborative as well was so wild and so much fun. And everyone who was a part of that show was just like so cool. I know what else to say. It's all been said before. The community is awesome and everyone is great. And I feel so lucky to be a part of it.
We did it. We had a genuinely nice moment.
We did have a very nice moment.
We did it.
That Max will not have to cut.
Are you proud of us? We did it.
Proud of us.
We did a thing.
We did a thing right.
We did a thing right.
Phoenix Wright.
Ha!
Oh my god, someone should make a musical about that guy.
You're so right. That would be a really good musical.
I don't know if it'd ever take off though. It seems like it would just like kind of take a while and require a lot of hands on deck.
It is a little
Wait, are you
niche.
saying, Kate, are you saying that it would be a colossal waste of time?
You cannot hear the massive facepalm that I just did, but I promise you my head is in my hands.
Well, thank you all so much for sharing your time and insights today and providing us with your passion and talents and being part of Turnabout Musical. We're getting out of here. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Thank you,
Let us
Kate,
out.
for being an incredible host. And let us out.
Okay, hold on. For everyone who is watching this later, don't forget to follow all of the relevant social media. There is a Turnabout Musical link tree, my favorite thing in the world, the Turnabout Musical link tree, which has links to Turnabout Musical's official Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Discord, as well as the already available productions of Turnabout Musicals past and the Turnabout and Ace Attorney Musical YouTube channel. You can find Gero Productions right here. You're already here. You're on our YouTube channel. You did it. But Gero Productions also has a Twitter and Instagram and a TikTok and a website that definitely needs updating that I have not touched. You can find Notification Media, which produced Turnabout Musical Live and Turnabout and Ace Attorney Musical, at notification.media, which also has links to their Patreon, Twitter, and YouTube. And of course, keep an eye out for any future releases of Turnabout Musical, including Turnabout Musical Miniseries right here on Gero Productions and Turnabout Musical Virtual Edition at some point in the future.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. was usable. I'm so
I don't
sorry.
know
I'm
if any of
so
that was
sorry,
usable.
Max. I'm
Don't
so
know.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Every single time we say, "I'm so sorry, Max, cut this out," it's gonna end up like
That's the comp.
there's gonna be no context of what was said before and after. It's just gonna be,
It's
"I'm
just
so
Max,
sorry,
cut this
Max,
out.
cut
I'm
this
so
out."
sorry.